I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you popping around and just spending some of your crafty time with me. I've got a quick and simple make for you this week. It's nothing new. It is a top diamond fold card. If, like me, you've been crafting for a little while, things go out of fashion and then come back round again. And I needed a really quick and simple make just for a whole stack of Easter cards. So I've gone back to this to make it, and I thought it'd be good to share it with you because I've put on the front just a note rather than Happy Easter. So if I've got some left over, I can use them moving forward. They're not just for Easter. What I've done is I've decorated the front and I've decorated the back. So if I open it up so you can see, it's just a rectangle of card, just like that, and it's the folds that we're going to do. I have put some of the coloured card inside, and I've stamped with the heartfelt hexagon floral stamp just in each corner that's available from Stampin' Up, just because I think it finishes it off. What else have I done? And this diamond square, that's the perfect size for one of the shapes that I'll show you in a minute. So that made my life even easier as well. This one is made with the lavender paper, and again, I've decorated it on the front and the back and inside with some coloured card. So if I show you it that way, laying down, you can see which bits you're going to add some designer series paper to. But it's a really quick and simple make. You can just make a load of them and just put them to one side. So the one I'm going to make today is with the Be Mine paper from Stampin' Up. Yep, it's got bees all over it, so we're going to use some of that just because it's very spring-like. And I'm really trying to use my designer series paper up. Otherwise you end up hoarding it, which I know isn't a bad thing, but then there's no real excuse to get some new. So what shall I show you first? I'll quickly show you the dies that I use. They're in the main Stampin' Up catalogue. If you're in the UK or Northern Ireland, you can shop with me at createdtheottaway.co.uk. I use the stylish shapes. You get a whole bundle of dies there, 15 dies that layer up. I've used the biggest square, which if I put it against my hand, it's like that. And what's amazing is it's the perfect size for the front of that. So no tricky cutting or anything. It really makes your life easier. And then, oh, the tiny little one is the smallest one of this. Can't remember what that shape's called, but it's like a little label die, isn't it? So I've used that, and then very quickly, the only other thing that I did, forgot what I was going to show you. Oh, menopausal brain is not good. Don't know what I was going to show you on there. Oh, the punch, that's what I'm looking for. So on the one I'm going to do just now, the Be Mine card, I'm using a punch that's been around for a little while, but it's really handy. Let's see if I can find the punches. So if you haven't got a Stampin' Up catalogue, get hold of one. They are literally bursting with ideas and inspiration and products, but really, honestly, just for the ideas when you've lost your craft mojo. Look, where's that? Where's the punches? Oh, hang on. Let's do this together. So that's all the stuff. There. Okay, so right down the bottom, this little corner here, it's got a double oval punch, which when you get it, is actually like that. There's two shapes that you punch out at once or individually. You just put strips of card in. So I'm going to use that on the front of my card this time, whereas on the others I just used a die. But I thought it was worth mentioning because there'll be a new catalogue out very, very soon, and I don't know if it's going to be in it, so you might want to grab that ahead of time. I think that's it. Enough waffle. Shall we craft? Okay, this is the way to stay in touch with me. Lots of people send me their makes. I absolutely love to talk craft. I love to see what your makes. I love how I just show you a simple idea and then you go off and make it your own. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook. But that's it. What do you need for today? So these are the sizes. I'll leave that there so you can screenshot it. As I said, it's a top diamond fun fold card. We just need a card base with some score lines, and we're going to mark it in several places and then fold. But don't worry, we're going to go through it together step by step. And that's it. There you go. So I've got my Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, and the first thing I need is a card base that is 6 inches by 8 1/4. Remember, if you screenshot that, the sizes, you'll be able to go back and check what it is in centimetres. So that is already 6 inches, perfect. So now I need to trim it to 8 1/4. So I'm just going to do that, 8 1/4. This fits in a standard UK envelope, even though it's a diamond shape, so that's really good. So it doesn't look that big, does it? But because of the way it folds, it's enough, I promise. So the first thing we're going to do, 6 by 8 1/4, and we're going to score it at 3 inches on one end. So bring your card up to the 3 inches, okay, just like that. And then get rid of that cutting blade and score. Okay, I like to run mine up and down a couple of times because I want a really nice crisp score line so you can see it straight away. Then I'm going to spin the card round so the shortest end is at the top, and I'm going to score it again at 3 inches. Okay, so 3 inches there, just like that. So effectively you've got 2 squares and 2 rectangles, and I'm just going to fold those over and just see that they line up. So I'm just checking with my eye that that lines up and that that lines up, okay? And then that's that. And then you're going to do some score marks. So I need a pencil. Where did I put that? Okay. So you could just do it with your paper trimmer and just use the edge of this score. You could use one of these, which is an embossing tool, and you can just use that to press down and make a note, or a little mark, or you could use a pencil that you can rub out. And just for the sake of the video, I'm going to use a pencil. So the first thing that I'm going to do is turn this back so the long side is along the top, and I'm going to measure at 5 1/8. So I'm just taking my card up to 5 1/8. Okay, and then I'm going to put the thing down that I can't remember the name of, the cutting line, and where you would cut, I'm just going to put a little mark on the edge of my card. Okay, so I'm using the running line as my pencil guide, so I know that I'm in the middle. And then I'm going to do it again down the bottom of my card. So effectively I'm doing both sides at once, 5 1/8. So before I move the card, I'm going to lift it up and have a look. Yeah, I can definitely see where there's a mark there and there's a mark there. I'm going to turn it round this way so the shorter end is at the top. And this time I'm looking to put a mark on the central line. And this central line, so I'm going to put it back in there. I know that I scored it at 3 inches. And I need to come down. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. On the side of your paper trimmer, okay, there is a guide. So let me put that arm in. Can you see on mine there's a guide? Now I've actually put some tape behind mine so that it stands out, and I can use that as my guide. I can find out where I want it to be and put a mark, or I can turn it back this way and put a mark along here. So which way round shall I do it for you? Let's do it this way round, because you may not have the tape and it won't be so easy for you to see where the mark is. So I've got the longer side again where I did my mark, top side and top and bottom, but this time I want to make a mark on the centre line at 3 3/4. So I put my card up to the 3 3/4. Okay, and hold it in place. Put my running cutting area down, and then where my pencil would go, I find the middle, because I can see it because of a score, and I put a little dot. Okay, so can you see that dot there? If I move that over, hopefully you can. So there's a dot there, there's a mark there, and there's a mark there, there, and there. Now I need to score from this piece here to here, and this piece here to here. So I'm going to use my running blade again, or my running, whatever it's called. I wish somebody was in the room with me to give me the words. It's one of those days today. Okay, so my pencil mark is there, my dot is there, and using the scoring blade, I'm going to go from there to there. Okay, and lift it up. Can you see there's a score line? Now I'm going to do the same this side. So I'm finding that mark there, and I'm going to meet that mark there, and I'm using the running strip to line it up. So this might go off camera for you, but I need to concentrate. I'm going to go quiet as well, which is very unusual for me, while I concentrate. So from there to there. Okay, that's it. Honestly, it is. Okay, so I'm just going to rub out those marks while I think about it. Otherwise I'll put my paper on and realise that I've glued it over the mark and I won't be able to do it. Okay, so this is probably the most tricky bit. What I need to do is that bit is going to go over, but this bit is going to fold back. So before I do that, I'm just going to help this paper and let it know where I want it to be. So you could use a bone folder. Shall I do it professionally? So you can use your bone folder and just press down so that the card has a memory of where you want it to be. And then I'm going to do it this side as well, like that, and just press along there as well. Okay, so now can you see that that is going to be like that, but this bit needs to go like that. Okay, can you see that? And then what I do is I fold it over and I just have a look and make sure that that lines up. Okay, that way and that way. Now try not to press too much if you're not going to cover this, because you'll get a horrible line. What you can do instead is open it out a bit and just burnish on the inside on both sides, just to make sure you've got a nice crisp edge to your card, like that. And that is it. That's your diamond fold card. Okay, just like that. So now we just get to decorate it. It's going to stand like that. It looks a bit like a windmill, doesn't it? Or a Dutch house or something. I think that would be a nice card as well. So, how do we decorate it? Well, I've already told you that this bit is the same size as this die. So I've already die cut my two pieces for on here. Now what you need to remember when you're die cutting is that they're going to be at an angle like this. So be careful how you die cut. So if you just do straight like that, when you put it on, your bees are going to be on the side, or whatever pattern you choose. So you need to actually turn it so that it's at an angle. So if I put that the right way round, hang on. So that's the right way round, but when I die cut, I'm looking for a shape that's at an angle like that. So my bees are the right way round. They're not flying upside down or off one edge. So remember to die cut diagonally. Okay, so that's what I did. I've got my two shapes because I'm decorating front and back. So there they are, and the bees are flying in the right place. Now, if I open this out so you can see, I need to put a piece of card on this piece and this piece. Now I know that this is 3 inches wide. Remember, it was 6 inches and then we scored it in at 3 inches. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut my paper into 2 7/8. Now, I think it was this paper I was going to use. So I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to cut it at 2 7/8. And then 2 7/8 again, because I want to decorate the front and the back. It leaves me with that very tiny little sliver there that I probably can't do anything with. So that's going to go on there, leave a tiny bit of a border, but how do I get that diagonal? Well, you could measure, you could do all sorts of things. I actually just like to do this. So I work out which way round it's going to be. So because I'm doing front and back, it's also really handy how to do this. So I put my paper on like there. I move it up a bit where I think the border's going to be, and then a little bit more. Okay, and then I fold it back. Make sure I'm holding the paper in the right place. Fold it back. It moves, it moves, it moves. Stop moving, Claire. Right. And then I draw a line along it, just with my pencil. Oh, just there. And then I cut that off at an angle. Okay. So I can see my pencil line. I'm not worrying about which way round my paper is at the minute, because I want a front and a back. So making sure that I can see the pencil line right through the middle. And I've cut it off. Okay, so now let's get that back to where it's supposed to be, like that. This bit is going to go exactly right on there. Look at that. So because I want one for the back, okay, I'm going to put this the wrong sides together like that. So you've got the right sides on the outside, and I'm just going to go along and cut it the same. So you can cut it with some scissors or just use your paper trimmer again. So I'm just looking to line up the line, just like so. So I've got two pieces the same. And then I've got one for the front, like so, and one for the back. So if I open it out now, you can see one for the front, one for the back. So let's glue those on before we do anything else. So I'm using Tombow glue because I like a little bit of a wiggle room, and it works quite quickly, just enough of a wiggle, but then it works. But you can use whatever glue you've got, double-sided, anything really. Okay, so I'll just move that around a bit, and then I'm going to do the same with this one, just on the other side. Now I've seen loads of diamond fold cards, ones with diamonds in the middle, on the inside, at the sides, loads and loads and loads. I think it's one of those fun folds, but this is just a really quick and easy version, just for quick make of cards. It shouldn't be stressful, should it, card making? And now this can go on here. So I've got the same front and back, and I've already cut it at an angle, so that's just going to go on there. If I was making a bigger card for a special occasion, I'd probably matte it a bit more. I'd put another colour behind the white because it sort of is disappearing. But that's fine for this. It's an Easter card. It's not like an anniversary or a wedding, and it's just a little Easter card to say I'm thinking of you and thank you. Okay, so that's going on there. So that's the front and the back done. Now for the inside, you're going to repeat what you did on this side. So I'm going to put this on the inside, just because I like it. So remember, I did 2 7/8. Okay, so 2 7/8, and that is going to go in the inside there. I'm just going to pull that over. It's very forgiving. You can mess about with it a lot. Look. So I'm just going to go along there and cut that off. Sorry, I just realised how much I'm knocking the camera in my excitement. I could blame the kits, but they're not around. Okay, bring that back in. Just make sure that this is on the right side. So that's the front. So this is going to go there. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that down. Now I don't need to do any stamping on the inside of this because it's already got a pattern. So win-win. Okay, so that's going to go in there. Okay. And then it's just to decorate the front. So look. Ta-da. Okay, so I mentioned about the oval punch. So I want the bees to be showing but not be, I don't want them to be hidden, I mean. So I've just got a little sentiment that's going to go here. I've used some of the other paper in this range just because I just liked it and I want to use it. So I'm going to layer some pots, maybe like that, and I'm going to put my bee somewhere. I don't know where actually. And the sentiment, I'm going to use the Just a Note, exactly the same as on the other ones. So I could use it for anything. And I've gone to the Go-To Greeting set, just because it's got 3 different sizes of the same sentiments, but really lovely, different fonts, different curves. It's just a really nice set. And I'm going to use Memento ink on this because it will go, the black will go. So let's see if we can, usually I stamp and then die cut, so this will be telling, won't it? Don't watch. I feel like, please don't watch, I'm going to do it really wrong. Okay, let's use that to stamp on. Is it going to fit now? Oh, it's like it jumped up to meet it. Oh, look at that. It's gone along the bottom. Do you know what? It's going to be fine because I'm going to cover it. So, do I put that on with a dimensional? Let's have a look. Smooth those out of the way. So first of all, I'm going to stick this onto here, like so. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals, which are these 3D sort of sticky pads in the most pleasing hexagon shape. Love them. So that's going to go on like so. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to layer these up. So I'm going to have the big one first, but I'm just going to put some glue because I don't want it to stick out anymore. I might put a dimensional on the top bit actually. Oh, that one's already battered. Let's see where this is going to go. So I think it's going to go right over. So about there. And then this one. And this one. Yeah, let's do that. So this one's going to have a dimensional on as well, but just over to one side. And a little bit of glue here, just to help it stay in place. Just there. And then this one is the other one. We're going to put that there. But that's just going to have glue on it because I want it to look layered but not like so. And then the Just a Note, might have to redo that because I'm not sure about the black around the bottom, unless I made a feature of it. I could hide it with the bee. No, I'm not happy with it. Let's see, can we do it again? Have we got another one? Oh, look, we have. Okay. So that happened because round the edge of my stamp was some ink. So I'm just going to get that off now and see if we can do it better. Ta-da! It was worth it. Okay. So that is going to go there. So let's put the bee. I think the bee might be too much. I might just leave it like that. Maybe we could put the bee on the inside. Let's do that. Okay. Good thinking. So that's going to go on there. Just a note, like so. And then the B is going to go there. Can't waste the B after a fussy cut him, can we? Or her, actually. Okay. I feel like we have a ta-da! Okay. Just a note, be mine paper. Ta-da! And look, it looks just as pretty on the back, so it was worth doing. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for all my new subscribers. It's lovely to have you here. Please continue to share your makes and share the videos with friends that you feel might love them. I try and make it as easy as possible and not do anything too stressful. Crafting shouldn't be stressful. Which one is your favourite? Ta-da!